my little demon simps, and today we're doing Sal's revenge for you giving him the silent treatment and him getting all jelly. And this is going to be a roller coaster, so come on in. Today, Sal had a plan. He was going to do tiny little things to make your life miserable, but not too miserable. He still loves you a lot, but still miserable enough that he gets a good laugh in it. He was going to move things, hide things, and not even be there for the entire day just to mess with you. You'll place something somewhere that you know you placed there, and then he'll move it to a different place. And then when you go and look for it, you can't find it, and then he'll put it right back. That's something he's going to do. Sal woke up really early in the morning and walked over to your apartment. He had the key, of course. He unlocked your door and walked inside your room, or your apartment. He noticed how you were passed out on the couch, so he reminded himself that he had to be really quiet about this one. He knew how much you loved insert your favorite breakfast food, so he was going to take it, and you wouldn't get your favorite breakfast food today. He is evil like that. Mwahahahaha. Sal slowly opened the fridge, realizing you basically had a booby trap in your fridge for anyone who tried to steal your food. And, of course, he was smart enough to realize that soon enough before he almost got stabbed with a freaking popsicle stick. He looked back, hoping it didn't wake you up, as he snookily took your favorite breakfast food. And then he ate them all. Yep, he ate them, every last one of them, and put the box of them on the counter for you to find them. And then he went to your room and saw how nice and neat your room was. He trashed it. Well, not literally. He just made the bed messy and uneven. And for our dear listener here, that was hell. As he did that, he then walked and found your dear beloved animal. Insert any animal that you desire or have. He took that animal and put it in his apartment so that you would be going crazy trying to find your poor cat. Or any animal that you have. And then, of course, he had to do one nice thing for you. He baked you an egg and put it over your face. We love that for him. Shockingly, you didn't wake up. But then he did the sweetest thing and pulled the cover off of you. And left you there to freeze. He loves you very much. And then he walked out of your apartment, leaving the door locked, because that's how it was, and he didn't want to be too suspicious. As you woke up, you realized you had a freaking egg on your face. You didn't know how this happened, and you really didn't want to know how this happened. You were thinking it would be Sal, but then you realized your door was closed and locked. So, what's the best? I know your day started off a little bit rough and confusing, but the only thing you'd want right at the moment is your favorite breakfast. You walk to your beautiful kitchen, so happy, basically dancing off the walls as that tasty treat you desire the most is calling to you. You open the fridge and see that it's gone, and that your booby trap had not been set off. Or wasn't, and someone put it back the way it was. You didn't know and didn't really care. You were just too frantic trying to find your beautiful babies. You turn around looking everywhere, and then that's when you spotted it. The cruel, horrible truth. Somebody ate all of your breakfast food. You wondered who in the world could have done this to you. What cruel god or whatever is out there did this to your poor, poor food? Who would have done this to you? Then there's one more thing before you got ready for the day that would have made you the happiest person. You walked into your room and seen that your bed was uneven. The pillows were basically at the bottom of your bed, and the blankets were all piled up on the top of the bed. Who does this? You quickly made your bed. And then you're like, okay, one more thing I have to do before you go to school. You grabbed all your stuff, you were all ready, but you had a ritual that you had to say goodbye to your animal before you left, or you wouldn't be happy. So, you walked throughout the house trying to find your beloved animal and couldn't find him. or her, or maybe it's a tree. You were so scared that you immediately ran to Sal's apartment and knocked on the door. Sal opened up the door, and you stood there basically crying that your pet was missing. Sal felt a little bit of guilt tug his heart, but he remembered what you did to him yesterday and how you didn't feel a single drop of guilt, or at least that's what he thought. But surely you felt a lot of guilt then. A lot of guilt. And you won't be doing it again, hopefully. So he kept it together and made sure you didn't enter the apartment and walked out and said he offered you that he would help you look and all since he was already ready. He said goodbye to Gizmo, which made you hurt even more, and he knew that. And then he shut the door and locked it as he walked out looking around for your dear beloved cat. Or animal. Sorry, I keep saying cat because of Gizmo. And to no avail, there was no animal found. You were very sad and walked to school basically heartbroken. You weren't really crying. It was like not crying, but crying. Your pet has gotten out before, and they always come back because you're the one who fed them and watered them and nourished them. They shall come back. But you still were sad that you didn't get to say goodbye to them. As you entered the classroom, Sal made sure he was the first one into that classroom, and he moved your stickers. Let's just say there's a very important sticker for you on your table that lets you know this is your table. He moved it to the other table to make you think that you were moved away from him and made you sit alone. No one sat at that table. So you walked in and realized your sticker was moved. Did your teacher do that? Or, what? And reminder, your teacher lets you move your stickers if you don't want to sit there anymore. So, yeah. And you were kind of sad about this. And you went and sat by yourself as Sal snickered to himself. The entire day, all you were thinking about was all the bad things that were happening to you today. How you came to school on an empty stomach. How you hadn't been able to say goodbye to your baby. How you hadn't been able to get the best sleep. How you woke up with a freaking egg on your face. And how the door was locked. Wait a minute. The door was locked? That doesn't sound like you. Reminder, you're very irresponsible and you like to leave the door unlocked for some stupid reason. Why the heck was the door locked? Then you looked over at Sal and saw a little bit of glee in his eye, and you realized what this monster had been doing under your nose the entire time. He has done all of this. You picked up your sticker and you slammed it as hard as you could on the desk. You were very mad because you were hungry and you were hangry, so, anger issues. You looked at Sal, basically grabbing him by the collar, and said, "You did this all." Sal basically died of laughter. So, as he was laughing at you, you were very mad. Very mad. But then he realized how mad you were, and he kind of calmed down. It was like, whoa, I didn't mean to make you this mad. It was just revenge for yesterday. You looked at him. Nothing compares to the torture you just put me through. You made me sit alone through half the period. You ate all my breakfast food. The teacher was about to interrupt you, but you just gave them a death glare and realized, you can solve this. You took my animal, my baby, my life, and you put a freaking egg on my face. And one thing that you did that's so disgraceful was you messed up my bed. Sal was still dying of laughter, snorting and everything. All the ugly, beautiful laughter you can think of. And you looked him dead in the eyes and said, "This is not the end, Sal Fisherman. I will have my revenge." And then the bell rang. And then you had to walk home with him. And then you regretted saying that you were going to have your revenge because he still had tricks up his sleeve. When you walked in the bedroom or your house, or a bucket of freezing water fell on top of you. This was the last straw for you. You basically started crying because how tired and hungry you were. And Sal felt really guilty for this. So he ran to you immediately, feeling really bad, cleaning you up, and then giving you a pair of his shirts and hoodies that you could keep because he knew how much you loved them, and they were soft and warm and big. And then he gave you back your pet that you basically cried as soon as you saw your pet, like you hadn't seen them in like years. And this animal, this poor pet, just looked so confused, like what the heck's going on? I was just getting comfy and hanging out with Gizmo. And Sal bought you a lot of breakfast things. You were pleased with him, very pleased, and then you guys sat down and watched a lovely little movie. The end. I'm just kidding about the end part, but I hope you all had a great day. Bye-bye!